friends, it's Ker-Leen. Thank you so much for tuning back into Lemomlife. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some fragrances that I have been purchasing, not all at once, but have sort of added up, and I purchased them incrementally. Some of them I picked up for Mother's Day, and then a couple of them I picked up around that time or after. And so if you're interested in seeing the fragrances that I have recently added to my perfume collection, then please keep watching. Welcome back to all of my existing subscribers and my friends. I am so excited to be spending some time with you all today and just kind of talking about fragrances. And to all of you who have just stumbled across my channel, on this channel I do lifestyle, luxury, and review videos. I also sprinkle in a little bit of my motherhood journey and my homeschooling journey of my 3 kids. And so if you think you'll enjoy that kind of content, I think you'll love my channel. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also make sure you turn on your notifications so you know exactly when my videos drop. All right, let's get into it. So we're just gonna jump right into it with one of my favorite fragrances from this entire haul, and it's a fragrance that I did not think I would enjoy as much as I do. I picked it up together with another fragrance, but I paid for this one and the other one was free. The original of this fragrance was nice to me when I sniffed it, but it wasn't something that I was willing to purchase and add to my collection. However, the blind buy of the intense version of this fragrance, I am so happy with and so excited about, and I have been wearing this nonstop. And the fragrance I'm talking about is C by Giorgio Armani. This fragrance right here, you all, is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. It is like an amped up version of the original, and it is for those of you who love your amber fragrances. This is so rich and ambery, and it's just gorgeous. Y'all, this fragrance, I have been wearing this fragrance nonstop since I got it. It is that good, you all. It is that good. Fragrantica lists the main accords as fruity, amber, warm, spicy, woody, rose, patchouli, aromatic, floral, balsamic, and green. So for me, I get amber. That's the main accord for me in this. I get a warm spicy, but not too spicy. I feel like it's more of a soft spicy for me, to my nose. This is a little bit fruity as well at the top. I don't get too much of the floral, but I do get an aromatic and a green as well from this. The patchouli is here, but it's not overwhelming at all. At the top of this fragrance, we have blackcurrant syrup. At the mid, we have Turkish rose and Davana. And then at the base, we have benzoin and patchouli. And that base, that benzoin, is really what carries this fragrance and what gives it that warm richness. It's so like, oh my gosh, like this opens up so sweet, so mouth-watering and so sweet. That really, really ripe blackcurrant. It's thick, it's syrupy, but then in the mid, the Davana, in my opinion, kind of cuts through some of that sweetness and balances this fragrance. I don't get too much rose in this, but the Davana I definitely pick up. And then at the base, the benzoin and the patchouli are there, but the benzoin is the star of the show when this dries down. This is so good. It's almost like caramelly. That's how thick and syrupy and rich and warm and sweet this is. It's almost like a caramelized blackcurrant syrup concoction. Is so good. This is definitely a fall and winter fragrance. However, I have been wearing this to bed, and honestly, I don't mind wearing this all year round. So that's how much I love this. I have already started putting a dent in this one because I'm just obsessed with it. It's so good. When I smell this one, the benzoin is what takes over. Like that's the note that my nose picks up immediately. The benzoin and the blackcurrant, I pick those up immediately. And that's what makes this fragrance. It's so beautiful. It's a feminine fragrance, but it's so rich and warm and ambery and resinous. It's like a thick blackcurrant syrup that you're reducing, and it's getting thicker and richer, and it's becoming this caramelized version of the syrup, and it's just so yummy. It's also sexy, and this is just so beautiful. And the rose, when I take my time to really concentrate on these notes, I do get the rose in here. This is beautiful, y'all. I'm obsessed with this at nighttime. This has been my go-to because it just makes me feel so warm and enveloped and cozy, and it's just chef's kiss on this one. So when I purchased this one, I paid full price for this one, which is $136, but then I also had a 10% off new customer discount that I used. And then there was a promotion that if you purchased over $90, you would get a free 50 ml bottle of another fragrance. And the other fragrance that I picked up for free, 50 ml of, is Giorgio Armani's My Way. I'm sure you all are very familiar with this fragrance. It's nothing new here on YouTube. The main accords for this one are white floral, tuberose, citrus, animalic, vanilla, and powdery. If you all hear some background noise, I think one of my neighbors is cutting their grass right now, so I do apologize. Anywho, this fragrance was not going to be my choice. The only reason I picked up this is because they didn't have the Intense. I prefer the Intense over this one. When I smelled the Intense at Sephora, it was an instant love. And if they had the Intense with the promotion, I would have picked up the Intense. But this is very nice, okay? I just love that the Intense is less citrusy and more tuberose. So the notes for this one, at the top we have orange blossom and bergamot. At the mid we have tuberose and Indian jasmine. Then at the base we have Madagascar vanilla, white musk, and Virginian cedar. For me, the tuberose is really the reason I picked this fragrance up, is because I just love tuberose. I have been on a tuberose kick recently. So out of all the fragrances on the site that I could have picked as my free 50 ml, this one was the one. If the Intense version of this was a choice, I would have picked up the Intense, because I think the Intense is fabulous and they smell so similar that picking up this fragrance for the first time, you could just go with the Intense. The Intense is a little less citrusy, and then the tuberose is a bit stronger. For me, this version is very light, very citrusy, very fresh. And then it also is heavier on the jasmine. You still get the tuberose, but I feel like the jasmine is a bit stronger than the tuberose. It's a bubblegummy tuberose, as you all have heard before, I'm sure. Very different from some of my other tuberose fragrances, but I really do enjoy this. I love to just spritz it on. This is just a grab and go, easy reach type of fragrance for me. And if I can't decide what to wear, this is going to be it, because it's just that simple and easy and straightforward. So yes, this is just your bright, citrusy bubblegum. It's like almost like if you had a sweet, citrus flavored bubblegum. The jasmine is so beautiful in here. I feel like it's stronger than the tuberose, but the tuberose is kind of there giving it those bubblegum vibes. So if you're someone that doesn't like tuberose, this is not one of those fragrances where you're going to be overwhelmed with it. You will probably enjoy this because the jasmine is the main white floral, I think, in my opinion. And the tuberose is there, but it gives it these bubblegum vibes. And this is just gorgeous. It's just one of those bright fragrances. It's perfect for spring and summer. It puts you in a good mood immediately when you smell it. And it's just pretty. It's like, I would classify this as one of those pretty girl fragrances that just makes you feel beautiful and soft and feminine when you put this on. The next fragrance I picked up recently, and this one is Montblanc's signature perfume. I picked this up at Nordstrom the other day because I could not wait. I know I could have gotten this for like half off, but I just couldn't wait to get it in the mail. I wanted it right away. So I just went to Nordstrom and I picked it up on a whim, and I'm so happy with this fragrance. This fragrance is what everyone says about it. It is such a beautiful fragrance. It's very soft, very light, very non-offensive. I think it's universal. You could get this as a gift for someone. It's a great blind buy. It is just gorgeous. The accords for this are vanilla, musky, floral, citrus, sweet, powdery, yellow floral, and amber. When I smelled this is a very unique fragrance for my collection, personally speaking, because the clementine is a note that I had not experienced before this fragrance. And it's so unique. It's citrusy, but it's not your typical citrus. It's really interesting. So that is the top note. Here's the clementine. Then you have the ylang ylang, the magnolia, and the peony. And I feel like those three notes blend so beautifully together that it's kind of hard for me to tease them apart. But this has a beautiful mid. The dry down for me has to be my favorite part of this fragrance. The dry down consists of vanilla, white musk, and benzoin. I love benzoin. I love vanilla, and I love a good musk. And this is just a gorgeous fragrance. I forgot to mention that this one and the Armani C Intense have really good lasting power, especially on the clothes. They last all day, and then on the skin, I've gotten about 5 hours for both of them. The My Way is maybe 3-4 hours on my skin and a little bit longer on my clothes. Sorry, I forgot to mention that, but this one is very nice in longevity. I think this is a great workplace fragrance for that reason, because it's long lasting and also non-offensive. This is gorgeous. It's soft, but it's intoxicating in a very soft way. I just have to sniff this one again. It's so gorgeous, and it's very unique. Even though the note structure on this is fairly simple and straightforward and it's non-offensive, it's still very unique to me because it's citrusy yet lactonic. Then it has a beautiful musk. It smells so soft and inviting, and it's very memorable, I think, in my opinion. It's really hard to describe this one, but if I were to try to describe it, it would be a soft citrus-infused sweet milk. Like if that were a drink, that's how I would describe it. Very soft citrus, not super effervescent, but the citrus is still there. Oh, it's intoxicating. To me, this is very intoxicating, but in a soft way, if that makes any sense. I'm very happy with my purchase, and I love the size of this as well. You get a lot for your money. Okay, y'all, so my next fragrance is a fragrance that I thought was discontinued. Then I was just browsing Nordstrom and I saw that this fragrance was available. And I immediately added it to cart and purchased it before something happened and it was no longer available. So I'm not sure. You all let me know, is this a fragrance that was discontinued? Because when I first started to curate my fragrance collection, I thought this was a perfume that was discontinued because I looked for it at the time and I couldn't find it anywhere. But for some reason, it seems to be back. It's on Macy's website, I think Dillard's, Nordstrom, on the MAC website. And the fragrance I'm talking about is MAC's Creme de Nude. So yeah, y'all, thought this was discontinued, y'all. The main accords for this one are musky, caramel, powdery, vanilla, sweet leather, and floral. For me, this fragrance is just a warm, cozy, all year round vanilla fragrance. It's so simple yet so yummy and just delicious. It's a gourmand in my opinion, and it is perfect for fall and winter. However, you can wear this all year round in my opinion. So the notes, at the top we have neroli, at the mid we have caramel, musk, and suede, and then at the base we have Madagascar vanilla and ambrette or muskmallow. And ambrette is one of my favorite notes. I discovered my love for ambrette with Born in Roma Coral Fantasy, and then I started realizing I like the muskmallow, I like the ambrette on my skin. Yeah, for me, when I smell this, immediately that ambrette and that musk just hits me right away. Yeah, this is such a soft feminine fragrance that is cozy, that is sweet and rich from the caramel, but the musk in this causes it to linger on your skin in such a gorgeous way. And this is so soft and cozy and sweet and warm. This is your quintessential just, you know, cozy up either in the fall, winter, or at nighttime. You want to spritz this on when you want to just feel just all the vibes. Let me just spray this. There's something about this fragrance that smells like it has some type of spice in it, but it's a very subtle spice. It's not an overwhelming spice, but it's there. It's not listed as a note, but to my nose, there's some kind of spice in here. I don't know. I'm leaning more towards a spice like maybe cardamom or something like that. It's not an overwhelming spice. It's just a spice that adds to the warmth of this fragrance. To me, the musk is the star of the show. The ambrette and the musk are just the stars of this fragrance. The caramel, to me, it's not a typical caramel. The caramel note in here just gives it this sugary, buttery, crystallized vibe, and obviously gives it the sweetness. This is just a gorgeous fragrance. Again, this is one of those fragrances that you can wear to bed, will be great in the fall and winter. The longevity on this is great. I wore it to bed and woke up in the morning and I still smelled it. This does not project very far. It's more of a skin scent or just a little bit of a scent bubble around you. It's not something that people are going to smell more than an arm's length away, but it's gorgeous. and it's long lasting. So this I think would be another great fragrance to wear to work in an office setting. This is beautiful. So you guys let me know, was this discontinued or did I just imagine that? Let me know in the comment section. So I saved the best fragrance for last. This is a fragrance that I picked up because I wanted to just treat myself, and I'm so happy with this purchase. So the fragrance I'm talking about is Dior's Hypnotic Poison. The accords are vanilla, sweet, almond, fruity, nutty, powdery, woody, coconut, white floral, and balsamic. This is one of those fragrances that is very complex but very beautifully blended. So this fragrance has top notes of coconut, plum, and apricot, middle notes of Brazilian rosewood, jasmine, caraway, tuberose, rose, lily of the valley, and then base notes of vanilla, almond, sandalwood, and musk. This is one of those fragrances that I have to spray to try to describe what I smell. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Oh. So right away, I get the almond. That's the strongest note to my nose, is the almond in this. Let me spray it on my arm so I can continue to sniff it. Another strong note to me is the coconut. The coconut is not an overwhelming coconut. It is a very subtle coconut. Think of I don't know, this coconut is almost like a ripe coconut. It's sweet. It supports the nuttiness of this fragrance. And then the tuberose in here is beautiful to my nose. You all know I love tuberose. The tuberose is so fragrant in here. It's so beautiful, you guys. And then for me, I feel like the lily of the valley, it gives this fragrance a juiciness. So for me, the top of this fragrance is where I get that coconut. And for me, the coconut and the almond kind of hit me right away. Then in the mid, I get the tuberose, and then I get the caraway seeds, and I do get this slight licorice from this fragrance. But the licorice in here is not overwhelming. It's not something off-putting. It just works. It just works with all the other notes. But the tuberose, the almond, the sweet coconut, the lily of the valley kind of gives it this juicy, watery sweetness to it. They all work together so beautifully. And then the dry down of this, you get that gorgeous sandalwood. It's a soft sandalwood that supports the other notes. You get the vanilla, and you also get the musk because this lingers in such a gorgeous way. This fragrance is like a sweet, nutty tuberose that's juicy and soft and musky at the same time. This fragrance has great projection. When you spray it, people will smell you. It has a really beautiful sillage. This is a long-lasting fragrance. This is one of those fragrances that I feel like it's long-lasting, but as it wears, it gets softer and more musky. So it may seem like it's not projecting as much, but it's because it's changing and it's drying down to what it's supposed to dry down to, like a soft vanilla sandalwood musk. It's going to change on you. It's not going to stay as potent at the end as it was in the beginning, but it will be there and people will smell you when they come near you, and it is just a gorgeous fragrance. It's also very long lasting because this is another one that I've sprayed on my skin, on my PJs, gone to sleep, woke up, and this was still there, going strong. So I love this fragrance. It is obviously a more fall winter appropriate fragrance. It's very thick and dense and very sweet and warm, but it can be worn at bed, and it can be mixed with other more bright floral fragrances to wear during the daytime this spring and even this summer if you so choose. I love this. I'm so happy with my purchase, and this is just a gorgeous fragrance. I'm so happy to have this little cult classic. All right, y'all, if you made it to the end of the video and you enjoyed it, then please go ahead and hit that like button because it really helps my channel. And also, if you like these kinds of videos, I do fragrance videos on my channel as well, and I would love to have you join the family. So hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you will never miss another video. And before I go today, I want to remind you that it's up to you to put the work into the dream that God gave you. The dream wasn't given to anyone else but you. And so each and every day, you have to ask yourself, what have I put into my dream today? You're the only one that dream has been communicated to, that can advocate for that dream, and that can contribute towards that dream. So I encourage you today to continue to put that work into your dream and never let a day go by where you're not contributing in some way, form, or fashion to that dream, because it's yours. I will definitely be doing the same, and I'll see you all in another video very soon.